Ah. All right, my friends, thanks for being here. A cold day, so let's get warm. Just a good flow. I'm going to do my very best to get you from your head to your toes, fingertips to fingertips, and all the stuff in between. We will absolutely get all of the usual suspects and then see what else we can find along the way. Let's start on our back. So just find a safe way to come down onto your back. Pull your knees in towards your chest. Hands to shins, just below your knees, and just gently pull it in. Let your shoulder blades nestle down against the mat. Maybe rock side to side a little bit, if that feels okay. If it feels good to just stay still, stay still. Coming back to center, just gently place one foot to the mat and then the other. Feet are hip width apart. Hands are going to come down by our sides, a little pelvic tilt. And then gently release that pelvic tilt. As you add that pelvic tilt in, you want to feel the small of the back press into the mat, that engagement of those lower abdominals, and then gently release it just back to a neutral spine. And again, re-engage pelvic tilt. And release. Let's do that 2 more times. Just keeping the knees hip width apart, pressing the small of the back down, and then gently release. 1 more time. Press the small of the back into the mat. Keep it pressed into the mat. Keep that pelvic tilt and slowly lift those hips towards the sky. We're just going to peel our spine off the back 1 vertebra at a time. So really feeling that independent movement as you lift as best you can. Sometimes it can feel kind of chunky and feel like those vertebrae move all together at once, and then slowly take it back down. Keeping that pelvic tilt all the way back down. As your bottom is the last to touch, go ahead and relax, and then we're going to re-engage and do that 1 more time. Press the small of the back down, and then slowly lift, pressing through your heels, lifting all the way up to the bridge. At the top of your bridge pose, give your buns a little squeeze. We don't want to feel any discomfort in that lower back. If so, come back down just a little bit. Noticing if those knees are trying to knock in just a little bit or flare open, we want to keep them right in line with those hips. Should feel some warmth happening in the hamstrings and the glutes, and then ever so slowly, 1 vertebra comes back to the mat at a time. As your bottom is the very last to touch, move your arms out of the way, and you're going to heel toe those feet open to about the width of the mat or even a little bit wider. And we're just going to gently rock the knees to the left, and then back through center, and then to the right. Let's do that 1 more time each direction, taking it to the left, and again to the right. And back through to center. Heel toe those feet back in. Draw your right knee in, hands to the shin just below your knee, and just gently pull it in. If you like, you can lift your upper body, draw your nose towards your knee. You don't have to. If that puts stress, tension in your neck that you're not ready for or don't want, just keep that upper body back down. And then gently release your upper body back to the mat. Release that right knee and pull your left knee in. Pull it in nice and tight. And just feel all the feels. That's what we're going to do, is we're going to feel all the feels today and make sure that those feels are good, positive feelings, sensations in the body. And we lift the upper body if you'd like. So you'll feel the small of the back, middle back pressing into the mat. Activation of those core muscles. And then gently release it back down. Both knees come in, interlace your fingers, and pull those knees in nice and tight. If you like, lift the upper body, draw your nose towards your knees. And then gently release it back down. Release your arms, extend those arms out to a T, and we're going to take both knees. Keep those knees in nice and tight towards your tummy and your chest, and take both knees to the right. We're going to take it all the way over. So we're keeping ourselves into a tight little ball. Just be gentle, and then let those feet and your legs be heavy. Doing our best to keep that left shoulder from lifting off the mat. Core strong. Now slowly bring those knees back through center. We're going to keep those knees and those thighs as close towards our tummy as we can. And then we're going to lean it to the left. We're going to take those knees to the left all the way down. Slow and steady. Pops and cracks in your back. Yep, might happen. Working to keep that right shoulder from lifting off the mat just as best you can. And then slowly bring those knees back towards center. Bring your hands behind your thighs. Kind of pump those knees towards you and rock yourself up. If that's not great, just find a safe way to come up. Let's open up those feet to about the width of your mat. Sit up nice and tall, hands to the shins, and just walk your fingertips down towards the tips of your toes as that upper body comes forward through the center of your legs. Little tuck of your chin. Nice big deep breaths. And then ever so slowly roll it up, one vertebra at a time. Just let your hands slide up your shins. And let's bring the soles of the feet together to butterfly. Hands to the shins, anywhere along the shins you like, and sit up nice and tall. Roll those shoulders back and then gently press those knees down towards the mat. Little active stretch here. Inhale, lift your knees, and then exhale, just gently press them back down. Again, inhale, lift, nice tall spine. Exhale and gently press. And let's slowly walk it forward. You can just round through that upper back. You can bring your hands just in front of those feet, or you can walk those arms a little further out for more intense stretch, somewhere in between. Just be nice to your body. And then slowly walk those hands back up. Holding on to those shins once again, take a big breath in, press your chest forward, arch your back, lift your gaze. And then exhale, hollow your tummy and chest, press your spine towards the back, tuck your chin. Inhale, press it through, arch your back, lift your gaze. And exhale, hollow. Inhale, press it through, arch your back, lift your gaze. And exhale, hollow. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, press it through, arch your back, lift your gaze. And exhale, hollow. And inhale it up nice and tall. Let's extend that right leg off to the side. Pull that left foot in right along the inner thigh. And we're going to point and flex that right foot as you sit up as tall as you can. If that's not great for that left knee being bent like that, you can have both legs out. Perfectly fine. Now flex that right foot. Keep it flexed. Cross that right hand to the outside of the knee. Left arm circles up and over. Be gentle. Still early. Just feel that long stretch down that left side. Hold on with that right hand so we don't sink in too deep too fast, and then turn and take your gaze up along the inside of that left arm. Inhaling it back up nice and tall, waking up those shoulders. Place that left hand behind you, point your right foot. Left arm's going to circle up and back. As you exhale, bottom comes down, right hand taps the knee. We go right back up. Circle it up and back. And again, down towards that right knee. We're going to do that one more time. Circle it up and back down. Have a seat. And let's switch legs. Left leg goes out, right foot comes in. Sit up nice and tall and just point and flex that left foot. Toes, feet, arches of the foot. Oh, that great stretch down the front of the shin as we point. Go ahead and flex the foot. Keep it flexed. Shift that left hand to the right knee. Hold on with that right knee. Right arm extends up and over. Just a good long stretch all the way through the ribs, the waist, the shoulder. Gaze is along the inside of that right arm. Make sure you breathe in, not holding your breath. Inhaling it back up, release that right hand behind you, point your toes, circle that left arm up as you lift your hips, reach it back. Bottom comes down, we circle that left hand back to the knee, little tap, and then we take it right back up. Rolling that left arm up and open, and then we take a seat back to the knee. We have one more time just like that. Circle that left arm up and back, lift those hips, feel that stretch through the ribs and the belly, and then gently take it back down. Bring both hands to the top of the thigh, pull that left knee in, and we come to tabletop. Hands shoulder width apart, knees hip width, core's nice and strong. Take a big breath in, and as you exhale, draw that left ear towards your left shoulder, shoulder towards your hip. So we're creating a C shape with our torso. Just looking out beyond that left pinky. Inhaling it back to center. And exhale, other side. Ear towards the shoulder, shoulder towards the hip, hip towards the shoulder, and just looking out beyond that right pinky. Keeping your core strong, inhale it back to center. Exhale again to that left side. Inhale to center, and exhale back to the right. Let's do that one more time each side. Inhaling it to center, and then exhale. Create that C shape and back to center. One more time. C shape, that crescent shape. Feeling those obliques. Inhale it back to center. Sit your sit bones back towards your heels. Walk your hands towards the top of the mat. Spread your fingers wide. Hands are shoulder width apart. If that does not feel great to your shoulders and you need to pull those arms back, that is okay. Find your child's pose that feels the best. Visualizing an ocean wave here. We're going to inhale and we're going to hollow the tummy and chest. We're going to start to lift that spine, beginning to transfer our weight forward, leveling ourselves out to a modified plank. Knees remain on the mat, shoulders right over the fingertips. And then tuck your chin, hollow your chest, lift your spine, hollow through the tummy, slowly shift your weight back to child's pose and just melt. We're going to do that 2 more times, just at your pace. Really feeling that roll, that shift, that transition of your weight forward, and then leveling out that spine, core strong, and then reverse it. Again, this is your pace. Promoting independent movement of the vertebra. Controlled one more time. We're going to meet back in our child's pose whenever you finish this one. Solid in that plank. Fluid in your motion as best you can. And once again, sink it back to child's pose. Inhale, lift just slightly, walk your hands to the right. Reach to your left fingertips as far as you can reach and press your hips to the left. Relax the weight of your head down. Such a great stretch all the way down that left side. Lifting slightly, walk it back through center and then over to the left. And if there's ever any time where you feel like you want to stay longer, yes, you certainly can. And then just gently let that upper body sink. As you press hips to the right, reaching to the left, just this nice long stretch down that right side. Inhale, lift just slightly, come back through to center. One more of those ocean waves. We hollow the tummy and chest. We transition our weight forward. We slowly mellow or level it out to our modified plank, and then let those hips dip down towards the ground as you lift your chest and you lift your gaze to cobra. Core strong, level it back out to your modified plank. Tuck your toes, extend your legs, lift your hips to down dog. Allowing the heels to just gently work towards the mat. Head's heavy. Breathe. Inhale up to the balls of the feet. Exhale, press the chest and shoulders toward your thighs. Reach your sit bones high. As you exhale, let your heels gently sink. We inhale it to high plank or high push-up position. And exhale it back to down dog. Let's do that 2 more times. We're going to inhale it to high plank. And exhale it to down dog. 1 more time. Inhale it to high plank. And exhale it to down dog. Taking the gaze between your hands and walk your feet in to forward fold. Arms are heavy. Soften your face. Just feel that nice long stretch down the backs of the legs. Ever so slowly, ragdoll your way up. With a big shoulder roll at the top and shoulders slide down and away. Do that again, big shoulder roll. Take it up and back and let your shoulders slide down and away. Inhale, reach it high. As you exhale, sweep your arms forward, sit to chair. Sweep them up, open it wide. Inhale, reach it high. Exhale, sweep those arms back. Sweep them forward, we rise and arch it back. 1 more time. Inhale, reach it up. Sweep it back, sweep it forward and rise. And pull those hands overhead and hands to heart center. Relax the shoulders. Shift your weight to your heels and sit to chair. We hold our chair. Core strong, breath slow and steady. Extending those arms out in front if you wish, turning your palms to the sky, and just feel what happens through the upper back. Breathe, space between those shoulder blades. Pull those hands back into heart center, find a focal point out in front of you and slowly shift your weight forward, lifting your heels. Now our knees aren't touching, as neither are our toes. So with that space between those knees, a little more challenging. Slowly releasing those heels back down. Shift your weight back towards your heels and inhale, rise. Reach it high. Exhale, release that left arm down, cross your right arm across the crown of the head and gently pull your head to the right. Let that right hand be heavy and reach your left fingertips down towards the ground. Inhale, extend your right arm, lift your head. Switch sides, left arm up, right arm down, cross the crown of the head and gently pull the head to the left. And just relax the weight of your hand. Reach your right fingertips down towards the ground. Slow, steady, deep breaths. Inhale, left arm reaches high, right arm reaches high. Interlace your fingers, turn your palms to the ceiling. And as you exhale, arch it back. Oh, let those arms be heavy. Inhale it up tall, bring your hands behind your head, elbows stay wide, core strong, hinge it forward. We're gonna come halfway over. You don't have to come halfway, you can stop before half. Hold here. Draw those elbows back, nice flat back. Stretching through the hamstrings, core strong, we rise. And as you exhale, arch it back. Let your head be heavy, arch it back as much as you like. Feel that stretch down the belly. Through the chest, through the front of the shoulders. Inhale it up, nice and tall, core strong. Hinge it forward 1 more time. Coming halfway over. Draw those elbows back and breathe. Inhale, we rise. And 1 more time, arch it back. Inhaling it up, nice and tall. Extend those arms. And then pull the hands to heart center. We're going to shift our weight to our left foot. Right heel's going to kick out, toes pointing towards the ceiling. Place your left hand to the left thigh, right fingertips reach down towards your right toes. Circle that right arm out, stand tall, keep that right heel kicked out, circle the arm around behind, and once again, back into that left leg. Bending that left knee. Again, circle the arm forward. We stand tall. Right arm circles back. We bend that left knee, sink low. Beautiful hamstring stretch, calf stretch. One more time. Circle it around. And sit. Hold here. A little balance so we don't have a ton of weight on that right heel. 99% of our weight is on that left leg. Now inhale, circle that right arm up, around behind. Pull that right knee up, hands to heart center, knee bends to 90 degrees, and flex your foot. Arms open out to a T, and we extend that right leg if that feels okay to you. You can keep the knee bent. That's always a great option. And then slowly we shift that right leg back, hinging forward to a warrior three. Challenging transition. Keep a sense of humor. Square the pelvis. Press through that back heel, bending that left leg. Giant step back. We come to our warrior one. Arms extended overhead. Pelvis is square. Back heel presses into the mat. Inhale, straightening that front leg a little bit. And then exhale, sink. Keep that pelvis square. Circle the arms around behind your back. Interlace your fingers. Roll those shoulders back and extend those arms. As you exhale, arch it back. Reach your knuckles towards that back heel. Gaze up. How's your pelvis? Square it up. Open up that chest. Inhale it up nice and tall. Circle those arms back up and overhead. Open those arms back out to a T. Find a focal point out in front of you. We shift our weight forward. We're headed back up to that warrior three. As you're ready, square the pelvis, flex the foot, breathe. We draw that right foot through, bending that knee, coming back to that 90 degrees, and flex your foot. And gently set it down. We shift our weight to that right foot. Left heel kicks out, toes are pointed towards the ceiling. 99% of our weight on that right leg. Right hand to the right thigh as we bend that right knee, left fingertips reach down. So you're going to notice probably that right hip try and pull back a little bit. Square the pelvis. Always want the front of the pelvis facing front. Circle that left arm up and around behind as you stand tall. Left heel stays kicked out. Big circle of that left arm around. And once again, reach down towards those toes. We circle it forward, around to back, standing tall. And once again, bend that right knee. Sink low. Again, circle. Big circle. And sit it low. We hold. Breathe. Find your breath. We reach it out, circle it up and around. We pull the hands to heart center and lift that left knee to 90 degrees. Flex your foot. Find your breath. Open those arms out to a T if you like. Soften the shoulders and then begin to extend that left leg. A little or a lot, keeping that leg as high as you can. You can always keep that knee bent. Perfect decision. Listen to your body. And then slowly shift it forward. We come to our warrior three. So either just pressing that left foot back or sweeping that whole left leg back. Square the pelvis, strong through the core. Bending that right knee, giant step back to your warrior one. Pelvis faces front, shoulders are soft. Back heel presses into the mat. Inhale, straighten that front leg a little bit, square the pelvis, keep it square, and then sink. Circling the arms around behind your back, interlacing your fingers, rolling those shoulders back, and take your gaze to the sky. As you arch back, chest opens, little squeeze of those shoulder blades, keeping that pelvis nice and square to the front. How's your breath? Inhaling it back up nice and tall, reaching those arms up and overhead. And open those arms out to a T. Find a focal point out in front of you. We're going to shift our weight forward and head back to that warrior three. As you're ready, press up onto that right leg. Square the pelvis. Hinge it forward. Find your breath. Always, always. Real tendencies to hold our breath. Slowly drawing that left leg forward. That'll fire up that right glute. Hands to heart center, knee bends to 90. And gently set it down. Center your weight. Reach it high. Exhale, swan dive to forward fold. That feels good. Hold this for a second. Bringing those hands to the elbows. Let your arms be heavy as you hold those elbows. Just feel that gentle pull. Backs to the legs, that release in that lower back. Just sway side to side. Coming back to center, relax your arms. Inhale it up to monkey half lift. Exhale down, walk, step, or hop to high plank. Toes or knees, crocodile down. Press it through, up dog. Tuck your toes, lift your hips to down dog. Find your breath. Let your heels sink. We shift our weight to our left foot. Right toes reach high. So this can be progressive for you if you like. I want you to check in, test the waters. We're going to sweep that right foot as far up as you can. If it's by your hand, great. If it's halfway up, great. Wherever that right foot is, meet the left. Bend your knees and just kind of come into a frog pose, whatever that frog pose looks like for you. And then step that left foot back and then the right to down dog. We shift our weight to our right foot. Left toes reach high. We're going to sweep that left foot up as close as you can to your hand, wherever that is. And then step that right foot in across, whatever frog pose looks like for you. And then step that right foot back. And then the left to down dog. We have 2 more of each. We shift our weight to our left foot. Right toes high. Sweep that right foot up as close to the outside of your hand as you can get it. Again, it doesn't have to be by your hand. Left foot comes in to your frog. Left foot steps back. And then the right. We shift our weight to our right foot. Left toes reach high. Exhale, sweep that left foot up as close as you can to the outside of your foot. Doesn't have to touch it. And then that right foot steps in. This is meant to be a lot. Step that right foot back. And then the left to down dog. Shift your weight to your right foot. Left toes high. One more time. Sweep it up. And step it in. Step it back. And step it back to down dog. Hold your down dog. Breathe, firing up all of those lower abdominal muscles, the shoulders, your quads, getting those stretches for the hips, the groins, taking the gaze between your hands, walk your feet in to forward fold. Inhale up to monkey. Exhale down. Inhale, reverse swan dive up. Take a giant step, open out to the side, arms open out to a T, rotate palms to the sky, inhale, reach to the sky, sunflowers, grand plie down. Inhale, reach it up, little tap of the fingertips, little bun squeeze, grand plie. And reach it up and tap. Again, grand plie. Reach it up and tap. Interlace your fingers, turn your palms to the ceiling. As you exhale, lean to the left. Press through that right palm, turn your gaze up along the inside of that right arm. Core strong, we're gonna circle it around and down, around and over to the right, and up and over. Hold that lateral stretch, press through that left palm. Take your gaze up along the inside of that left arm. Core strong, we circle it down, around, and open to the left. Breathe, pressing through that right palm. Turn your gaze up if that's okay. One more time, core strong, circle it down, around, and open to the right. Gaze up along the inside of that left arm. And inhale, rise. Pull the hands to heart center, bend your knees, and sink low. Goddess pose. Breathe. Checking in. Alternate lifting a heel. Fast or slow, whatever feels the best to you. Just check in. Firing up those calves, waking up those legs, building some heat. One more each. Both heels down. Release your hands. Support with your hands. You can be on your fingertips or your palms. Shift a little weight forward into those hands. Lift your heels. Breathe. Gently release the heels. Extend the legs. Heel toe your feet in once. And then toe your feet in one more time. So those toes are pointed towards one another, and then relax the weight of the upper body down. Feel that stretch through the outer ankle. A little shift of some weight forward into your toes. A little tuck of your chin up towards your chest. Center your weight. Rock back to your heels and then open up those toes. Toes turn open, upper body's heavy, and just kind of sway side to side. A little movement through the pelvis, a little wiggle through the shoulders, just letting go of tension and tightness. If that doesn't feel good, you just stay still. And then let those arms and head be heavy, upper body heavy. Let's reach those hands through the legs. Walk your hands back just as far as you can walk them, feeling that space between the shoulder blades. A little tuck of your chin up towards your chest, and then a little shift of your weight forward into your toes. Core strong, pull those hands back through. Supporting with those hands, heel toe your feet back open, toes turned out. We walk our hands towards that left foot. We're going to be light on our feet and shift those feet coming into a low runner's lunge. Bending that left knee, pressing through that right heel, shift both hands to the inside of your foot. And as you exhale, lift your hips, straighten that front leg, back heel down, toes lift nose, just right along the inside of that left leg. Inhale, coming back to that runner's lunge. And then as you exhale, core strong, again, lifting. Front toes lift, back heel down. Nose right between the arms. Just drop your chin towards your chest. And then back we go to our runner's lunge. Bring that back knee to the mat. Untuck your toes. If it feels right to you, come down onto your right forearm. Left forearm, if you like. Let your head be heavy. Lizard pose. We come back up to the palms of the hands, one hand on either side of your foot. If you need to adjust your feet, adjust your feet. We lift those arms, coming up to a half crescent. Shoulders are soft. Breathe. We circle those arms to the back, around, and up tall. We circle those arms forward, around behind, and up tall. Palms touch, interlace your fingers, all but the index finger and thumb. And as you exhale, arch it back. As you press those hips forward and those arms go back, this beautiful long stretch down the front of that right leg. Inhale it up tall, float both hands to the inside of your foot, extend that back leg. We walk it through center, light on those feet, and then we walk it to the right to our runner's lunge. Breathe. Find your breath. Bring both hands to the inside of your foot. As you exhale, lift your hips, straighten that front leg, front toes lift, back heel down, and again, your nose just kind of right along the inside of that right leg. Inhaling it back to that runner's lunge. Exhale, lift your hips, straighten that front leg, front toes lift, back heel down. Just let your head come between your arms. Inhale back to that runner's lunge. Let's bring that back knee to the mat. Untuck your toes. If it feels good to you, come down onto your left forearm. And maybe your right. Let your head be heavy. We're keeping that right knee from flaring open too far. So keep the sole of that right foot to the mat and just feel what's going on. Adjust if you need to adjust. Be nice to yourself. Be kind. We come back up to the palms of the hands, one hand on either side of your foot. Adjust your feet if you need to. Core strong. We lift those arms, coming up to a half crescent. Arms are overhead, shoulders are soft. Breathe. Circle those arms to the back, all the way around and again up tall. And we circle those arms forward, around behind, all the way up tall. Interlace your fingers, all but the index finger and thumb. And as you exhale, arch it back. Let those arms be heavy. Feel how those core muscles have to come into play to keep us balanced. Inhale it up, tall, flow forward, hands on either side of your foot. Tuck the back toes and extend that back leg. Lift your hips, sweep it back, and extend right leg high. And gently release it down to down dog. Inhaling it to high plank. Toes or knees, crocodile down. Press it through up dog. Tuck your toes, lift your hips to down dog. Breathe. Inhale up to the balls of the feet. Exhale, press the chest and shoulders toward your thighs. Reach your sit bones high. As you exhale, let your heels gently sink. We shift our weight to our left foot, right toes high. Exhaling and sweeping that right foot through. Back heel to the mat. Windmill your arms up to warrior two. Pelvis opens to the side. Tummy and chest to the side. Arms extended out long. Inhale, windmill that right arm or left arm up and over. Tap it out in front. And then exhale, windmill it back up, gazing out over those front middle fingers. Again, left arm's windmills up and over. Tap it. And then exhale, take it back. We're going to do that one more time. Exhale, windmill that left arm up and over. Tap it. And sweep it all the way to that back leg. Front palm to the sky. Sweep it up and back. Reverse warrior. Lengthening through those right fingertips. Feel that stretch to the ribs. Inhale, straighten that front leg just a little bit. And then exhale, sink. Stay low, core strong, we rise. Windmilling that left arm up and over. Place that left hand to the inside of your right foot. Back heel remains on the mat. We rotate and reach. Right arm high. Lift out of that right shoulder. All the way up through the fingertips. Now lift that back heel, come onto the ball of the back foot, and let your hips be heavy. Revolve crescent. Core strong. Let's rise. Come all the way up. Arms open out to a T. Spread your fingers and reach. Inhale, turn it back to face front. Arms come overhead. And then open those arms out to a T. Cross that right arm underneath the left. Wrap the crook of the elbows. Bring your palms to touch. Slowly, we hinge it forward, drawing the elbows towards that right knee. Breathe. Core strong, we begin to rise. And as you exhale, arch it back. Reach your fingertips back. Inhaling it back up nice and tall. Circle those arms up and overhead. Exhale, flow forward. Hands on either side of your foot. Lift your hips, sweep it back, and extend right leg high. Lift that right leg just as high as you can. Go ahead and open up through that pelvis. Allow that left heel to sink. Add a flex of your right foot and a bend of the right knee. Draw your heel toward your bottom. Once again, extending that right leg and gently release it down to down dog. You're welcome to just hold your down dog, to grab a drink of water, to come to child's pose, or if you like, inhale it to high plank. You can hold your plank on your toes, your knees, your hands, or your forearms, or you can join me for 3 push-ups. Whatever's right for you. Meet your body where it is. Challenge it, but be respectful and kind. Lift your hips to down dog and allow those heels to sink. Let your head be heavy. Shift your weight to your right foot. Left toes reach to the sky. Exhale and sweep that left foot through. Back heel to the mat. Windmill your arms up to warrior two. Pelvis opens to the side, tummy and chest. Arms extended out long, and we sink into that left leg. Inhale, straighten that front leg a little. And exhale, sink, stay low. Circle that right arm up and over. Tap it and take it back to warrior two. Exhale, windmill that right arm up and over. Tap it and back to your warrior two. Exhale, windmill it up, tap it up. We sweep it all the way up and back to reverse warrior. Right arm onto that back leg, left fingertips to the sky, and arch it back. That right hand's just sliding down that back leg. Inhale, straighten that front leg a little bit. See if you can reach any further with those left fingertips. And then exhale, sink. Back to your reverse warrior. We inhale it back up, windmilling that right hand to the inside of your left foot. Back heel remains on the mat. Rotate and reach. Left arm high. Find your breath. Lift out of those shoulders. Lengthen through the tips of your fingers. Now we lift that back heel, coming onto the ball of the right foot, and sink in. A deeper stretch down the front of that right leg. Core strong. We rise. Keep that rotation. Arms open out to a T. Spread your fingers wide. Inhale, we turn it back to face front. Arms come overhead. We open those arms out to a T, crossing that left arm underneath the right. Wrapping at the crook of the elbows. Bring your palms to touch. As you exhale, core strong, hinge it forward. Elbows towards your knee. Inhale, we rise, and as you exhale, arch it back. A little or a lot. Inhaling it back up nice and tall. Circle those arms up and overhead. Flow forward. Hands on either side of your foot. Lift your hips, sweep it back, and extend. Left leg high. Go ahead and open up through the pelvis. Add a flex to that left foot and a bend to that left knee. Draw your heel towards your bottom. All the different places to feel this stretch. Extending that left leg high and gently release it down to down dog. And another opportunity here for down dog, for child's pose, for plank, or for push-ups. What do you need? Inhaling it to plank if you like. Join me if you wish. 3 push-ups, keeping those elbows right by the ribs. Doesn't matter how deep you come. Just that little movement engages muscles. Stay true to your form. We meet back in our down dog. And we shift our weight to our left foot. Right toes reach high. Exhale, sweeping that right knee through between your hands to pigeon. You are welcome to come over onto that right hip if pigeon is not great for you today. Pulling that back leg in to a letter Z. Just take the pressure off of the knee. If your back is like, man, doesn't feel very good today, bring your hands forward, take the arch out of your back. You are welcome to use a block or a bolster underneath that right sit bone. That can really make a difference. Breathe. Now you can just stay in your pigeon. If you like, right hand to the outside of that right knee, left arm extends out and around. Just reaching, lengthening, opening up the chest. If you like, draw that back foot in. Take a hold along the inside of your foot if you're able, and then just gently pull your heel in towards your bum. Taking your gaze back over that left shoulder, and just a little tuck of your chin. We gently release that back foot, circling that left arm up and over. Walk it out to sleeping pigeon if you're not already there. And just breathe. Adjust however you need to. Never judge if a stretch or an asana isn't right for you today. Shift and find a place that does feel good to you. And then we'll meet back in just a second. So whatever feels good. Not necessarily easy, but good. And as you're ready, walk it back in. I know sleeping pigeon is a fave of a lot of folks. So if you want to stay, stay. Tuck your back toes, lift your hips, sweep it back, and extend right leg high. Point and flex your foot, roll your ankle, and give your leg a little shake. And then gently set it down. And we shift our weight to our right foot, left toes reach high. Exhaling and sweeping that left knee through, foot to the inside. And again, if all of a sudden you come to your pigeon and your left knee is like, hey, this is not good for me today, just come over onto that left hip and draw that right knee in. Be nice to your body. If your back is like, felt okay on the other side, not so much on this side, bring your hands forward, take that arch out. You can always come all the way down into sleeping pigeon. We'll meet you there in just a second. So as we're here, we check in with our breath, making sure slow, steady, there's no pain, just the sensation of a really good deep stretch. If you like adding that quad stretch in, left hand to the outside of that left knee, right arm circles up, around behind, and just reach it back if you want to. This is a great chest opener, good little stretch through the shoulder. If it feels good, bend that right knee. Draw your heel in. The more you draw it in, the deeper the stretch. So be nice. A little tuck of your chin down towards your collarbone. Just looking out towards the outside of that right knee. Give your body an opportunity to really feel the stretch, to let down the guard, and surrender just a little bit. And gently releasing the foot, circling that right arm back up and over, and walk your hands forward, coming into sleeping pigeon. You can stack your hands, you can extend your arms, you can adjust if you need to adjust. Just find that place that feels good. If you're like, I'm trying and I am not finding it today, it's okay. Come out. Come to a place that feels better. And again, we'll meet you in just a second. As you are ready, stay as long as you like. Walk your hands back up. Hands on either side of your knee. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, sweep it back, and extend left leg long. Point and flex your foot. Roll your ankle. Give your leg a little shake. And then gently release it down to down dog. And we inhale it to high plank. Super slow from our toes or our knees. Let's take it down. All the way down onto the tummy. Tops of the feet to the mat. We lift the upper body. Breathe, just gazing forward. Strengthening through the back of the body. And then gently release it back down. Hands right by your chest. Press it back to child's pose. Arms long, fingertips walking towards the top of your mat. Sit bones towards your heels. Inhale, circle the hands back by your hips. Big circle those arms up and overhead. Let's come up onto those knees. As you exhale, right hand reaches back, little tap. And we rise. Other side, as you exhale, left arm goes back, little tap. And we rise one more time each side. Right hand, just lean it back and open to the side. Core strong, we reach it high. And one more time to the left. And reach it high. Pull the hands to heart center. Tuck your toes one at a time. If tucking the toes is not in the cards today, it's okay. Don't tuck them. Reach it high, circle those arms around. You can place fists on either side of your back or reach back towards your heels. Lift the hips, lift the belly, open the chest. So if the option is hands on that lower back, perfect. Just draw those elbows towards one another, pressing into the small of the back to help support. Otherwise, hands are on those heels and opening for camel. Core strong, circle those arms back and up and overhead. Untuck those toes and sit it back. If sitting back to your heels is not great for your knees, come over onto your hip, sweep your feet around. We'll be there in just a second. Otherwise, resting the bottom of the hands to the thighs, palms open to the ceiling. You can do this sitting either on your heels or on your bum on the floor. And just take a second, relax your shoulders. Gently open those eyes. Let's come over onto a hip, sweep your feet around. Go ahead, slide on down towards the top of your mat. Extend those legs out long, reach it high. Flex your feet, lengthen, hinge it forward. Release your hands, relax the weight of your head. That feels good. Stretching the back, stretching the hamstrings. Point your toes. And then just soften your feet. Reach it out. Sit up nice and tall. Draw that right knee in towards your chest, hands to the shin, and slowly lower yourself back. Take your time. And pull that right knee in. Left hand's going to reach down, take a hold just above that right ankle, right hand to the inside of your knee, and just give it a gentle twist and a press away. So we press that right knee out and away as we pull that right foot in. Kind of an assisted stretch here. Gently release. And exhale once again, press with that right hand, pull with the left. One more time, we release. And as you exhale, a gentle press away. And we bring that right knee back to center. Right arm extends out to a T, left hand to the outside of the right knee, and gently pull it across your body. And turn and take your gaze out over that right arm. So if ever we come in to a pose, a stretch, an asana, and you're like, I'm not feeling much of a stretch. One, double check your form. Make sure that you are doing all of the things, all the forms. So sometimes we think we are, but sometimes we miss the mark just a little bit. So fine tuning. And then if you have fine tuned and you're like, nope, I'm good. This is all the form and you're still not feeling it a whole ton, celebrate that because your body is happy. So when we have tension and we have guarding, that's when we feel it a lot. That's when we need it the most. So when it feels kind of easy, that's a beautiful thing. Rolling back to center. Go ahead and place that right foot to the mat and then slide that right leg on out. We pull the left knee in, hands to the shin, just below the knee, and just gently pull it in. So nice little hip flexor stretch down that right side. Great little stretch lower back, glute for that left side. We reach down with the right hand, take a hold just above the ankle, and then shift your left hand to the inside of the knee. As you pull with that right hand, press with your left, opening that knee out to the side. And then inhale, release the intensity. And exhale, press with that left hand, pull with the right. And again, gently release on your inhale. And exhale, press it away with that left, pull it in with the right. and gently release. Extending that left arm out to a T, right hand shifts to the outside of the left knee, and we're going to pull that left knee across our body. Keeping the shoulders connected to the mat. Turn and take your gaze out over your left arm. And just breathe. Nice, big, full, deep breath. Gently releasing that right hand, rolling it back to center. Place that left foot to the mat, and we're going to bend that right knee, pulling that right foot in right across from the left. Big toes are just going to gently touch. You can have some space between those feet if you need to, but those toes are turned in. A little bit of a pigeon-toed stance so that your knees gently touch effortlessly. No tension in your hips, just that gentle knock in with those knees. Hands can rest on your hips, down by your sides. You can take your arms up and overhead. We're just going to take a moment here, finding a place, getting rid of the wiggles where your body can just totally be at ease. If you're here and your body just feels like it's fighting you, you can bring the soles of the feet together and open up your knees to a reclined butterfly if that's better for you. Sometimes that internal rotation of the head of the femur can be less comforting than that external, so just listen to your body. Bringing your arms down by your sides, open the palms to the sky. Wherever your knees are pointing, just ever so slowly slide those feet down towards the end of your mat, and let's come to corpse pose. Legs are long. Adjust however you need to. Lift your chest, roll those shoulders underneath you a little bit if that feels good. Get rid of any wiggles that you may have, and just find a place for your hands to rest, whether that's down by your sides, on your tummy, overhead, whatever feels good to you. And of course, if being on your back is not the best place for you, you're welcome to be on your side, your tummy, or up in a seated position, either kneeling or sitting. We take the time we need to find the place where we feel most relaxed, safe, calm, and comfortable. We take just a few moments, feeling a sense of gratitude in all that we were able to do today. Even if we come to class, come to our mat, and we're only able to get in 10 or 15% of the work today, but we take time to be still and to breathe, that 10 or 15% is way more than we would have done if we hadn't shown up onto our mat. It's about meeting yourself where you are. It's about showing yourself the love and kindness that you show others. No have tos, no supposed tos. It's just where we are. As we learn to let go of expectations and move freely, mindfully, with kindness and intention, that's where we see the most amazing effects of our work. Progress, not perfection. Free, not forced. here within the stillness of our being. We assimilate all of the work we've put in. We can feel our breath flowing effortlessly. We feel the blood flow, the heartbeat, the rhythm of our breath, all connected. What a beautiful gift. We honor today by bringing with us our best self wherever we go. May you feel a smile on your face more often than not. May you feel loved wherever you go. Know that you have within you whatever you need on your most challenging days to thrive, not just survive. Never alone, always loved. Take your time, my friend, and whenever you're ready, wiggle your fingers and your toes. Stretch your limbs. And as it feels right to you, draw your knees in towards your chest. And however you wish, whenever you're ready, come up to a seated position that feels good to you. Pull the hands to heart center. And if it feels right to you, a little tuck of your chin towards your chest. Close your eyes and just breathe. And then gently lift your face, open your eyes. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. Take care of yourself. Be well. I hope that got all the different parts and you feel amazing and just float through the rest of your day. Until the next time, light, love, and namaste.